We're starting this deep dive with some really tough news. News that definitely sent a shockwave through the music world. MichaelEugeneArcher, who we all knew as DAngelo, the R&B and soul singer, has passed away at just 51. It was pancreatic cancer.
Such a loss. Just, yeah, a huge loss.
It really is. And his family, in their statement, they talked about the legacy of extraordinarily moving music he left. They asked fans, to celebrate his gift of song. But for this deep dive, what we really want to understand, why we've gathered all these sources, the career details, the tributes from other artists, is that one word you always hear: pioneer. We need to unpack why. Why is he called a pioneer? How did he, like Beyonce said, actually change and transform rhythm and blues forever?
Yeah, and it's so important to frame that influence right from the start. DAngelo wasn't just, following trends. He really did carve out something new. He's pretty much universally seen as the pioneer of neo-soul. But just calling it a mix of R&B, hip-hop, and jazz, well, that kind of misses the real technical shift he brought about.
Okay, so what was that shift?
Well, what DAngelo did, particularly with his take on neo-soul, it was almost like a sonic rebellion. He was pushing back against that super polished, very quantized, heavily synthesized R&B sound, the one that was absolutely dominant in the mid-90s.
Right, very digital sounding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he deliberately looked backwards to classic soul, to funk. He used live instruments, raw analog recording. There was this deep, spiritual, improvisational feel. You could say he was the guy who kind of dragged R&B away from the drum machines and back into the studio with a live band.
That choice being analog and raw when digital was king, that seems like the first really key thing for you, the listener, to grasp here. And our sources really highlight this. We've got his whole career arc, but also these really emotional endorsements from people like Lauryn Hill, Nile Rodgers, Missy Elliott, all talking about how DAngelo basically built the foundation for the music they made.
Yeah, that architectural influence is undeniable.
Okay, so let's go back. His roots, Richmond, Virginia. He was the son of a Pentecostal minister. That seems pretty foundational, right? That gospel core you hear in his voice, in the music itself.
Absolutely. That spiritual background definitely shaped his voice, his delivery, but the instrumental talent, that was something else entirely. Our sources confirm he taught himself piano when he was just 3 years old. Astonishing.
3? Wow.
Yeah. And it wasn't just messing around. That early mastery meant he was thinking like a composer, an arranger, right from the start, not just a singer.
And how did he go from that to getting noticed? It seems like a pretty traditional path, but fast.
It was. He played in local groups, honing his craft. Great names, too, like Intelligent, Deadly, but Unique, IDU, and Michael